we made it to Sumeru, our next objective should be to head to Sumeru City and find a way to meet with Lesser. And speaking of Lesser Lord Kusanali, even though we haven't heard too much about her, she doesn't. But even so, people call Sumeru the Nation of Wisdom, you know. But, Paimon doesn't know the way to Sumeru City. Maybe we can climb up, even if we can't see exactly where the... Wait a second. Look! There's someone up ahead! Perfect timing! Now we can just ask for directions rather than wander around. Hey there! We're not from around... Huh? Did they not hear Paimon? Hey! You over there! Could you give us some directions?
Huh?
What's going on here? There's no way she could have missed that. Well, even so, when we get the chance, we'll just ask someone else. Come on, let's follow her. Just keep quiet. Make sure she doesn't notice us. Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and then suddenly vanished. Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something, but, look, she's sitting over there. Wait, she couldn't possibly be... What should we do now? All right, then. It's not like we have anyone else we can ask. Oh, it's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call home. Huh? What's the matter? You don't look too good. What? Is the smell making you feel sick? What's happening? Traveler? This is no time for a...
Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that he's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Oh, are you awake now?
Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake! Well, we're at... good question. Where are we?
This is Gandharville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. Now it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of operations. My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest... Oh, no things are necessary. I didn't do anything, really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort? Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. He gave you some while you were unconscious. Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake... Whoops!
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be...
Sorry, Master.
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no...
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a good talking to.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But the next time he requires... So, how are you doing?
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He's chief officer over all the rangers here in Gandharville.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, let me It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training and meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use a certain incense. In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit. That incense typically has no effect. Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious? Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to do as I've said.
Yes, Master Tainari.
Wait, hold on a second.
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandhar.
Further observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests, if you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Whoa, are you okay?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you? So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, the rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, for now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. Good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're on... Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but... hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's over here worrying about you, you know! What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be? Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. But what? If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? Oh, Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest up, but it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do? Good idea. Kale's pretty friendly. We can ask her tomorrow about what she knows regarding... Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Kale!
Yesterday, a total of 5 dusk birds.
All right, next let's see, right hand. Yes. But please remember that you still need to be careful.
Yes, I will. By the way, Master,
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time.
But I have a vision too!
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worried. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps, and if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible.
Tainari, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest now.
Yes, you can.
So, Kale, Tainari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but,
Well, forest rangers' responsibilities, they handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards are met, and providing assistance to travelers and locals. As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of... Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps as we make our way to the... Paimon, traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual. Nothing wrong with these 2 lamps. Let's move to the next ones. Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it. No problems with this lamp. Good. The statue of the 7 is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master... Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard to reach. By the way, Kale, do you know anything about the...
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukudevata or Lesser Lord Kusana?
Huh? Greater Lord Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukudevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power. According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born to celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity. The sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kut. And then,
Huh? You're not too sure?
Yeah, I'm from...
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Because you two know Amber, right?
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me become a new person. There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment. If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. Sorry.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described.
Sorry. I was
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber, so how do you know?
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion. I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But,
so that's...
Yep, so please know that you two have my complete trust. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't...
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, or...
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. So that's why you're here.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright.
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll...
Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's part... Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Or less... The name does seem to fit the step... Well, anyway, we'll have to figure... Let's get started on cleaning this... Nice work! That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale. We're back!
Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break.
Yay! Food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to come...
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them.
No! You dropped it on the ground!
Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh, whew. Paimon. Those pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Kale. Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something's...
You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include...
Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could have clumsy
Oh!
Kale, don't you think that Tighnari's a little too... Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but he's never said anything.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for the... Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants. But Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru... Seems you already know him well. Anyway, I'm sure the sages were... Master could obviously have a bright future in the academia, but he insists on sticking to the path of a forest watcher. Every day he helps the locals of... In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita...
Really? Paimon would have never... Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out. Yes, Paimon's still kinda upset, though.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little, but it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, Why, oh why, is he going to die?
Hey! Don't laugh! Hey! Now even Kali's starting to laugh! Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for some Paimon...
No! Don't touch me!
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon didn't...
No, I just...
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm fine. Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's...
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry?
Ah, Traveler. You've returned.
Yep, we're back.
Oh, Kale? Yes.
Oh, okay. Guess what?
I'm dead on my feet.
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a bed.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to...
Huh? Tainari, what are you doing here?
I came to check on Kale's condition.
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute.
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something... Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now.
So, Tainari, what's really...
Let's take this conversation elsewhere.
Yesterday, a total of 5 dusk birds flew by.
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend.
So, Tighnari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued, and in its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsier?
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said,
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the... I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale...
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also
She doesn't need to apologize.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience...
Don't worry, Tighnari. We'll take good care...
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine... Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently, though a moderate amount of physical exercise... All right, now that I've told you about Kale's past...
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help...
All right, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous...
No problem!
Let's go then.
Hey, Tighnari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Nilotpala lotuses can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Nilotpala lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, okay then. Note to Paimon, never bring up the topic of flowers with Tighnari.
Cool it!
Freeze!
There should be Nilotpala lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching. If you could manage to gather, we'll rendezvous here once you've...
Alright, we've gathered enough Nilotpala lotus. Hey, Tainari, we found the lotuses you requested.
Let me take a look. Good, very good. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration...
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they... Let's go find out what's going on.
Tighnari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already cleared just a week ago. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we...
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the
Wait, Tighnari, why don't you let...
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with... There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a...
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate...
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a range. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro. Don't sweat it. We've helped others deal...
Wait, you've met other forest rangers before? I was planning to properly show you both how to identify the withering before you left. Anyway, since you two are experienced adventurers, come with...
gloomy area over there looks like a... Even though Paimon's seen one before...
All right, Traveler. We're about to enter the Withering Zone. Since you already have experience but please remember, don't push yourself. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside the zone and... You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the Withering Zone.
Windblade! Dodge this!
You're in for...
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Disappear! Oh, so sorry. Cool it!
No escape!
Windblade! Dodge this! Cool it!
You're in for...
blade!
You. Ha.
Freeze! Cool it! Freeze!
You're in for a little shock.
Wind blade!
Come a little.
Cool it!
Now, destroy the tumor of the withering!
We did it! Everything's returning to normal.
Yes, thanks to you two. We were able—
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well, but
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, if that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering— For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to—
huh? But what?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received— No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense. You can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather— I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a— Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. And as for the withering, it's emerged— That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long time until a cure is— All right, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care—
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh. Wait, is that? Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived.
Oh, her? How could we forget? So did something
Let me see what's written in the letter first. Oh.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it. Huh?
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia resumed her meditation. She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her ask—
What? You mean she's been—
Well, obviously because this has happened. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these.
Wait, you want—
Let's find out. Here, Traveler— So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not— But wait, how'd you know that he'd be—
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize, because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for— My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was part of my responsibilities to act. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, when you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsol. What you witnessed were actually— I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on
that sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating— Please, wait here. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other— Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. No. I should be the one thanking you.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hypatia,
So...
there's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait, why does it look super foggy? Huh? How'd things out here? What happened? And where are... Really? Oh. Wow, this place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind. Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
Windblade! Dodge this!
Let's spark things up a...
Let it rain.
Not so hard!
Don't get frostbite! Windblade! Freeze!
You're in for a little...
Disappear! Dodge this! Freeze! Windblade! Push your luck.
Come a little closer. He, here, whoa. He, you, huh?
Cool it. Dodge this. With the wind. Oh, so sorry.
No escape!
Wind blade. Cool it. Freeze.
You're in for a little shock.
Dodge this.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute! Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Come a little closer.
Freeze! Cool it!
Let it rain.
You're in for a little
This moment will be frozen in time. Freeze!
Get him.
Dodge this!
You're in for a little shock.
Wind blade! Freeze!
Surrendering will be gentle.
Cool it! Freeze!
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
Cool it! Freeze!
You're in for a little shock.
Cool it!
Come a little closer.
Go, go, Barret Button.
Don't get frostbite. Disappear! Freeze! Dodge this!
You're in for a little shock.
Freeze!
No escape.
Wind blade! Cool it!
You're in for a little shock.
Freeze! Wind blade! Cool it! With the wind! Dodge this!
Go, go, Barret Button.
Cool it! Oh, so sorry. Dodge this!
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
The world will fall!
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your sister. Her Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in her eyes. The bonds of love and family which drive you to but don't you fret now. Today...
What do we do? Oh, there she is! Quick, let's... Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Anyways, we can talk about this later. Whoa, wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around.
Who is there? Tighnari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tighnari sent us here to bring you some food and water.
I see. So, you're friends of Tighnari. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was our... We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and...
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from...
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see...
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and...
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before. You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a...
So, Hypatia, just what kind of...
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some... I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Ermin. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the... And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then...
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, sorry about that.
Well, if somebody had... Alright, we're out, Traveler.
Sounds good.
empty box. Oh, it smells amazing.
Are you already finished cooking? Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Ermin's. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the academia even lauded. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives.
So why does this incense allow people to connect?
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn Ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our sense. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first ever attempt.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was he sent?
That was primarily due to his body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, he could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience the sensory, taking in any sense similar to the ingredient. Not to worry though. It appears you've all... Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using intentional...
Whew. Well, that's...
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering...
Whoa! You're really...
I am a researcher after... As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the... Which is why I must turn to the all-knowing... If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot get... I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru, sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and that's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm.
Whoa. So knowledge from Irminsul could be super dangerous. Don't you ever feel...
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are However, I've been feeling better as I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the... But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of...
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can...
Huh.
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can... The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often... Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, the fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the God of Wisdom, is... I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up. I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academia, and went on to become a researcher. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw, I clearly recall the feeling. Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be. Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things he saw when he connected with Irminsul?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say... World... If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. If you two are ever in the air, there's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors. Besides, I'm already looking forward to tasting some more of your cooking.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright, and had the chance to ask her some questions...
Maybe I wasn't meant for this world.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that, as Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irma?
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of...
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation.
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru.
And how long will I be required to...
There's no definite answer.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the question? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tainari, what was that?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse. But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here.
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusa.
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know any?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short. How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amurta Darshan. Also, when you enter Sumeru City...
Oh? What is...
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukadevata. Some say that, needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's...
Great! Next up, Sumeru's... That's right! Tainari, we have something important...
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this, she knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari. All right.
Farewell.
I've been waiting for you to...
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed...
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. And, I'm sorry. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine.
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you. We're probably still gonna worry about...
Thank you. That means a lot.
Oh?
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting is a...
Yay! Thanks, Kale.
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll... Well then, I, trainee forest...
Isn't a single one missing.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia convenient... Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, as long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in law.
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to Outlanders who spent an extended amount of... Here are your Akasha terminals. To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to your...
Oh, says this little doodad lets you act... May the mighty god... Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing! It seems all we need to do is concentrate...
Exactly. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're in... 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity. Okay, next, let's Oh, come on! Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it? Huh. Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only just arrived in Sumeru? You too? Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of a sudden. If... well, seems he's from Sumeru. Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Hello, are you Rohawi?
Yes, that's me.
Great! You see, Tainari...
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the art...
Here, this is a letter.
Oh, let me see. Oh! Ooh. Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for...
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali.
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area. Sorry, the Akasha didn't...
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and...
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher. So the Akasha... All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the Sanctuary of Source...
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a...
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain...
but...
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing here. And besides, you two should consider in this world, there will always be... Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been Hey, come on! This is a survival...
Oh, Paimon's expectation... So what do we do now? Huh? Like who? Oh, you're right! Catherine!
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Hello.
Catherine, we need your help with some...
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always ready to serve you.
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali.
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha.
Aww, another dead end.
Please do not worry. I may know of someone who can help. In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of They take on various contracts and work an Eremite brigade called the Corps of...
Corps of 30?
Supposedly. They are named as such because their Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you're welcome.
Alright, off to the Citadel of Razor we go!
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asfand. We'd like...
I see. So, Catherine's the one. Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but
Wait, seriously?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious, so we originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long. It isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think most in Sumeru.
Oh? Why?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. In their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kus.
Really? Aw. After hearing all of that...
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it.
All right, well...
No problem.
Seems Osfund was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for... Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord...
Whoa, really? Then do you know...
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation... Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that, panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him with the wisdom to help him. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests, and in despair he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me.
Okay, and then what?
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, O Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been found by you. Along your journey, we were in every...
Yeah, thanks for the story! Paimon feels...
in a way. It seems like this story is...
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusanali, Can you tell us?
Of course. So did you? I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now.
Hey, wait! What the? It looks like they're searching for someone. Dunya's... the stink! Let's...
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress?
Did she have bandages?
Yes, that's her.
Yeah, she went...
Quick, after her!
That should keep him busy for a while. Dunyarzad, we thought you might have been long gone by...
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you start...
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you off the...
Really? Thank you so much. Unfortunately... Uh-oh, looks like there are some coming this way.
Huh? More of them? Then what are we standing here?
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. Okay, sounds good.
All right, let's move out.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait! Stand down, Dia!
My lady, who are these two?
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all searching for me, so...
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's
Wait a sec! Who the heck are you? And what—
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home. My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that—
And if I refuse?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going—
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she does—
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to answer to them.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double? A triple?
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience and knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love you—
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits, and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, and I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with us. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my parents. This is my life and my last chance. So I want—
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is meaning—
Yes, I'm sure.
Fine, I won't ask you to return home anymore. But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination.
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now. My nerve—
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of conversation. Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone... So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's...
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached...
I'm fine, really.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern.
I'm sorry for worrying you two. You don't...
Sure, after you rest up.
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani theft.
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it. Huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to serve personages like you.
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and... but please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Wait, we're paying for ourselves now? Aww.
How about our charcoal-baked Agelena cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other cup.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. Hey, come on! Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived.
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how...
Huh?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad. Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind.
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to. Who are you? How do I explain this? You... Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder. That you hate taking medicine every morning. Wow, you really do know Dunyarzad. Is there anything... What? Not really. Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have wishes. But... can you make my illness go away? Oh. I'm sorry. Then... can you be...
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me. And beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Beyond the city, once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mother about it, but I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Teyvat. Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world. Nor would I have learned. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. And
what's this?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rook. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed, but because of the Academia's influence, the Academia actively participates in Sumeru. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rook.
Aww.
It is. It's sure the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but
just remember that we're still out in public.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival, but recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year.
Hold on, my lady, does this friend happen to be Nilu? The one who sends...
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding.
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much Mora prepared, so I had Nilu sell one of my skirts. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today.
Sure, that's quite the trip, though.
No, that would be too much.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows?
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested in Lesser Lord... Sorry I'm late.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
You could say that, but everything worked out.
Not complete.
Oh, and...
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends. They're visitors who just arrived at Sumeru City, and are...
So you're followers from another land? That's wonderful. You two absolutely mustn't... By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks spectacular.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do.
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished...
Wow! This...
Not bad. Last time I was here...
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. We reported it to the Academia many times.
Oh, probably because it was the theater asked.
The Academia looks down on performers like us. We can't let that happen, though. Thank the Dendra Archon for Dunyarzad. With the Mora she gave us, we hired... The stage is going to be even prettier when it's festival time.
And I can't wait to see you on the stage. You've been practicing so long already.
It's...
Nilu, what are you gonna be doing at the festival?
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zeros, the most important performance.
Dunyarzad, have you told them the origin of...
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord so far.
Okay. Then I'll tell you According to legend, The Sabzeruz festival was originally the goddess of flowers' birthday celebration a long, long time ago. On one of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthdays, some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started singing. As she danced upon the grass, those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzling stage. Of course they did. When people mention the gods, although they aren't around anymore, though we're just tiny people compared to the divine.
Nilou, you of all people will definitely be able to convey our well wishes to the Dendroar.
They symbolize the goddess of flowers, after all.
Yeah. The greater...
Thinking about the goddess of flowers dance makes me wish if my stage were anything like that. I'd be thrilled if I So, Traveler and Paimon?
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers.
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Hey, come on!
So how about we all attend the Sabzeruz festival together?
Dunyarzad, let me show you which stage decorations everyone at the Grand Bazaar loves Lesser Lord Kusanali.
In that case, we'll take a look.
Whoa! Did you know that the Sabzeruz festival...
Things are really shaping up. Don't be fooled into thinking that. And when it comes to music...
Huh. Revamping the stage for the... I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar. Oh, and the perfume sold around here is... I mean...
Then, as a child, my grandmother said the Sabzeruz festival.
Nilou, your outfit looks amazing.
I thought I'd...
Wow.
Uh-huh. Sewing it... I've noticed... Of course.
Hey! Is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like... Catherine! Huh. Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine!
Huh? Oh, hey! It's the Traveler...
Whoa! Break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon was still...
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild, but saying and doing the same old things over and over again. But take you two, for example.
Well, we enjoy traveling across Teyvat and all that, but we're mainly looking...
Yes, you should keep searching. Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't necessary.
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say... Oh...
Alright, we'll see you next time!
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people.
Hey, Traveler.
Oh, hey, Dia!
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she's been trying to come up...
Are you serious?
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up too much. I'll need to take you two somewhere and ask someone some... my lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment. Nilou's found a place for her to rest.
Sounds like... Let's head over to the Citadel of Rexar and wait for